Just hours away now from the Republican presidential candidates taking the stage in Milwaukee for tonight's debates on Fox Business Network. One of the primetime moderators is our own Maria Bartiromo, Fox Business Global Markets Editor and host of Mornings with Maria on Fox Business Network, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. This has not been a campaign season of policy. Nobody seems to care, on the Republican side at least, about policy. They seem to care about personality. How are you going to make them care?
Well, I think the American people care, and I know my role is to work for the American people and the voter out there. So we are going to make them care by asking the questions that the American people care about. Look, I think that we have to remember why we do these debates, right, Shep? I mean, what's the point of these debates? The point is to help the viewer and the voter better understand the candidates' proposals on economic issues, the issues that matter to the American people, and to help the voter better distinguish between these different plans.
One of the front runners, if you say there are two front runners, one of them has a budget idea or a taxing idea that the economists say would add trillions and trillions of dollars to the deficit. How do you get him to talk about that?
Well, I think you just have to open the conversation. I mean, when you look at all of the tax plans that have been presented, actually, they do add to the deficit over a decade. They cost anywhere between $2 and $12 trillion. You know, they're trying to make the case that, yes, it will make the deficit and the debt move higher over the near term, but then growth will take over, and that's how you begin the balance. So we'll see about that. But I think that is one of the key questions. I mean, you could lower taxes, and, you know, it sounds great, but how are you going to pay for it?
Yeah, and I'm curious, like, to a person, like, what will you cut to make your smaller government plans that you are professing? What do you cut first and second and third?
That's right. And that's when you really do get into granular issues that really matter to the American people, because when you're cutting departments, when you're cutting agencies, when you're cutting money, it actually impacts what people will feel. And so that's what we really need to do tonight. Connect the dots about what all of these policies that look good in headlines really mean to the average guy and gal out there. And I think that's why we really want to focus on economic issues.
Have you talked to Megan?
Yes, I have.
How'd that go?
Well, I mean, look, I watched that debate, and I think Megan was fantastic in that debate. Look, I don't know that there is a way to prepare for somebody coming at you. And I, frankly, have not prepared necessarily for some witty answer or any comeback to somebody, coming at me from the stage. I think as long as I know my stuff, I keep to the issues and make sure to have the right follow-ups, because I do understand where their policies are and where there may be holes there. I think I've done my job. And
hold them accountable, which I know you will, and which is
exactly.
One of the... Because if I ask you a question that you don't find comforting and comfortable, that doesn't mean you can just slam me to the floor. I know you're not going to allow that.
Absolutely. And the key here is that the viewer is watching. I mean, look, we're all in a fishbowl right now, right? I mean, the viewer, the voter is watching. Exactly. And so, you know, when somebody is up there filibustering or talking about something that has no, meaning in terms of what the question was, I think the voter figures that out. And viewers are smart. So you're right. You know, you just blowing off a question is probably not going to work.
If they blow off a question, that should tell you something. Maria, I can't wait to see you tonight. Congratulations on getting this far. Good luck tonight. We'll all be watching and cheering you on.
Thank you so much, Shep.
Of course. Remember, the undercard's at 7, the primetime debate at 9. They're both going to be fantastic. Maria, along with Neil, and the head of the editorial board over there at the Wall Street Journal, going to be fantastic.